Crossing time falling for the prince.
Leyland, a modern Thai office girl, obsessed with ancient Chinese dramas, gets sucked into a mysterious painting and wakes up as a stranger in an ancient kingdom. What starts as a desperate struggle to survive turns into something totally unexpected. She captures the attention and heart of Prince Longyu, the cold and stoic third prince, who never believed in love two hearts. Suddenly, he finds himself protecting this strange, outspoken woman, who turns his world upside down. Amid court intrigues, battles for the throne, and hidden secrets of the kingdom, can Leyland find her way back to her own world? Or will her heart make her choose a completely different destiny? This story has it all: romance, comedy, martial arts, palace schemes, and heart-fluttering moments. Get ready to cross time and fall in love right alongside her.
Chapter 8. Leyland was kidnapped.
The Night of Shadows. While Leyland lay fast asleep in her quarters, unaware of the creeping danger, faint footsteps echoed softly through the darkness. Shadows moved swiftly, noiselessly. Suddenly, whip! A rough hand clamped tightly over her mouth, and before she could even open her eyes, her body was lifted and whisked away into the night. At Prince Longyu's residence, Dawn. Where is she? Longyu's voice roared through the hall, sharp and chilling. His soldiers knelt trembling before him, not daring to lift their heads. Sire, we've searched everywhere. Maid Lin vanished last night. There's no trace of where she went. The folding fan in Longyu's hand snapped shut with a loud crack, the veins on his hand bulging slightly as he gripped it tight. His usually calm expression darkened dangerously. She's been taken. In Prince Chengyu's secret camp, Leyland sat on the ground, wrists and ankles tightly bound, her heart pounding wildly in her chest. Across from her, Prince Chengyu lounged casually, his fan tapping rhythmically on the wooden table. His thin smile was sharp as a blade. "You intrigue me more and more," he murmured, eyes narrowing slightly. "Just a lowly maid. Yet you've managed to capture the special interest of Prince Longyu. Curious, isn't it?" Leyland forced herself to keep calm, swallowing hard. Crap. This is totally that interrogation scene in every Chinese drama. But before Chengyu could press her further, boom! An explosion thundered. At the front of the camp, thick smoke curling into the sky as soldiers. Panicked shouts filled the air. "We're under attack." But before Chengyu could press her further, chaotic rescue mission. Longyu surged forward like a tempest, sword flashing in deadly arcs, as he cut down anyone who dared block his way. His face was set, eyes cold and fierce, radiating the terrifying presence of a prince unleashed. Beside him, Bai Xian wore his usual mischievous grin, casually slashing down enemy soldiers with a flick of his blade. "Your Highness," he teased, ducking a strike with ease. "I did suggest we take the hidden route. But no, you wanted the full dramatic entrance. Huh?" Longyu didn't waste breath answering. He was already storming straight toward the main tent where Lin was being held. Inside, Leyland's heart pounded as she heard the chaos erupt outside. "Oh no, they're here. Please, let them make it in time." Camping inside the tent, Fwish! A blade sliced cleanly through the ropes binding Leyland, freeing her in one swift motion. She gasped, lifting her head. "Bai Xing!" she blurted out, eyes wide, staring at the grinning rogue crouched beside her. "Relax, little apprentice," Bai Xian said with a smirk. "You still look in one piece." But before Leyland could even squeak out a reply, a large, firm hand closed over her arm. She whipped around. Longyu stood there, brows furrowed, voice low and edged with annoyance. "You took too long to get her." Bai Xian gave a lazy laugh. "Oh come on, Your Highness. I had to give you your heroic moment, didn't I?" Wait. Are these two seriously bickering right now? In the middle of a rescue?" Leyland panicked inside, looking frantically between the two men. Meanwhile, outside, the sounds of soldiers regrouping and shouts of retaliation filled the night air. The real fight wasn't over yet. A chaotic escape. After bursting free from Lord Qingyu's camp, Leyland suddenly found herself yanked up onto Longyu's horse, without so much as a warning. "Hey, I can ride on my own, you know," she protested, squirming slightly. "Be quiet and hold on tight," came his cool, commanding voice. Leyland's cheeks turned scarlet as she realized she was now firmly wrapped in the arms of the notoriously cold-faced third prince. Oh my gosh, this is way too close. Meanwhile, galloping right behind them, Bai Xian let out a mischievous laugh. "Little apprentice, perhaps you should try riding With me next time. Whoosh. Long Yu's horse surged forward, picking up speed and widening the distance between them and Baixian. Leyland's eyes widened in panic. Wait, don't tell me. Is His Highness jealous right now? Inside Princess Sufei's secret chamber, after barely escaping Lord Qingyu's clutches, Leyland couldn't shake off the lingering thoughts about the ancient scroll she had glimpsed in the Imperial Library. I know it's connected to how I ended up here. It has to be. Are you still thinking about that scroll? Princess Sufei asked softly. As she poured Lin a cup of tea, Leyland nodded earnestly. Yes, Your Highness. I feel it's tied to me much. More than I ever realized. Sufei gave a faint, knowing smile. Then slipped a weathered scroll from her sleeve, handing it carefully to Leyland. This is another part of the scroll you saw. Leyland's eyes widened in surprise. She quickly unrolled it, her heart pounding furiously, and the words before her nearly made her stop breathing. The one from a distant land shall be the key to reshaping the fate of this kingdom. What does that even mean? Me, reshaping the kingdom's fate? Inside the flickering candlelight of Princess Sufei's secret room, Leyland's face paled visibly. No, I just want to go home. Why do I have to change anyone's fate? Sufei gazed at LS Lin with surprising gentleness. But perhaps you were meant to do this. Leyland bit her lip, shaking her head. I'm not from this kingdom. I'm not even from this era. I have no right to change anything here. Sufei tilted her head slightly, a soft, knowing smile curving her lips. Do you truly believe that? Then tell me, what about everything you've done since you arrived? You saved the third prince. You disrupted Lord Qingyu's schemes. You've been changing the course of events without even realizing it. Leyland fell into silence, her chest tightening, as she replayed every encounter, every reckless moment where she had interfered. Could it be? This really is what I'm supposed to do. Inside the third prince's private quarters. The ancient scrolls. What do they say? Long Yu's deep voice broke the heavy silence as he stood with arms crossed, his sharp gaze fixed on Leyland, who was still clutching the fragile scroll with trembling hands. Her face was filled with confusion, uncertainty clouding her eyes. The scroll says. Leyland's voice came out small. A traveler from afar shall be the one to change the fate of the land. Long Yu was silent for a long moment, his expression unreadable, his eyes unwavering. And what do you think? He finally asked, voice low, deliberate. Leyland slowly lifted her gaze to meet his. I don't know. I never imagined I'd get tangled in something this big. He took a step closer, his tall figure casting a subtle shadow over her. His piercing eyes searched hers, steady and unflinching. But you can't run from it now. His voice dropped to a near whisper, soft but resolute. Ugh, I just wanted to go home. I didn't sign up to be some kind of world changer. Leyland wailed internally, on the verge of tears. And then, Long Yu reached out, his fingers brushing hers. As he gently lowered the scroll, his gaze never wavered. If you truly are meant to be the one who changes everything, then know this. I will stand beside you. Leyland's heart skipped a beat. Wait, what does he mean by that? At the palace of Prince Qingyu stood tall, his piercing gaze fixed on the shadowed figure kneeling before him. How did she react when she read the scroll? He asked coolly. The spy kept his head low, voice barely above a whisper. She appeared shocked. Confused, my lord. Qingyu let out a soft, chilling laugh. Good, that means she still has no idea just how important she truly is. He turned, his dark eyes landing on the ancient mural adorning the wall. The same image Leyland had seen in the scroll. A mysterious portal, and a blood-red moon looming above it. But she will know soon enough. Qingyu murmured, his smile growing sharper, colder. And when the time comes, it will be I who decides her fate. With a flick of his fingers, he gestured to his trusted bodyguard. Send word to Princess Lian. Tell her, it's time to act. The bodyguard bowed low. Yes, my lord. With a whirl of his cloak, the figure vanished into the shadows. Left alone, Qingyu narrowed his eyes, his voice a dangerous whisper to himself. Let's see how long you can resist, little traveler. At Princess Sufei's secret pavilion, after uncovering the prophecy hidden in the ancient scroll, Leyland sat quietly on the pavilion balcony, her eyes fixed on the glittering night sky, a storm of emotion swirling inside her. Should I go home, or should I stay here? A soft voice pulled her from her thoughts. You don't look well, little one. Princess Sufei settled gracefully beside her, an elegant smile on her lips. Leyland sighed deeply. I don't know what I should do next. Sufei tilted her head thoughtfully. Do you want to go back? Leyland fell silent, fingers tightening slightly on her lap before she whispered. Yes, but I also feel like there's something here I still need to do. Like Prince Longyu? Sufei asked teasingly, a sly glint in her eyes. What? Not just him. Leyland stammered, cheeks burning red. I mean, there's still the mystery of the time travel. And I'm worried about all of you, too. Sufei let out a soft, musical laugh. Then don't overthink it. Leyland, just follow your heart. That's all you need to do. Follow my heart. But even my own heart doesn't know what it wants right now. Leyland thought anxiously, clenching her fists lightly. At Prince Longyu's residence, while Leyland sat in her own room, tangled in a mess of thoughts, far away across the courtyard, Longyu stood by his window, silent, his sharp gaze fixed out into the dark night. If you truly decide to leave, he murmured under his breath, his voice barely audible even to himself. Would I really be able to let you go? Leaning casually against a pillar nearby, Xian chuckled softly. So, you're finally admitting it, aren't you? He teased, his trademark smirk curling on his lips. You don't want her to leave. Longyu didn't answer, but his grip on the folded fan in his hand tightened noticeably. His eyes glinted with a rare flicker of emotion he rarely let show. Xian pushed off the pillar, hands tucked behind his head as he grinned. But you know, he added playfully, I don't think our little junior will leave that easily anyway. Leyland, Longyu thought silently, his heart heavier than he expected. In the secret garden, royal palace. Late at night, Leyland wandered quietly through the moonlit garden, trying to steady her breath and her racing thoughts. So much had happened, too much. She hugged herself lightly, staring up at the stars. But then, soft footsteps approached. You're really thinking of leaving? Came that familiar deep, cool voice. Leyland startled, whipping around. You, Prince Longyu. Why are you here? He stepped closer, his sharp gaze fixed entirely on her. I want your answer. Leyland clenched her fists, lowering her head. I still don't know. Are you afraid? He asked softly. She looked up, meeting his piercing eyes. Yes, I'm scared. Longyu was silent for a long moment. Then, slowly, he took another step closer. His voice lowered, gentler than she'd ever heard before. Whatever you choose, I won't force you. Leyland's heart thumped wildly, confused and flustered. Why is he speaking like this? What does he mean? Before she could form a reply, his hand lifted, large and warm, and gently brushed her cheek. His touch was careful, tender. But if you stay, he murmured. His eyes locked on hers. I will protect you, no matter what you have to face. Leyland's breath hitched, her chest tightening. For the first time, she saw in his gaze something entirely different. Not cold command, not royal distance, but raw, unguarded sincerity. Oh no, how am I supposed to not fall for this? Inside Prince Qingyu's hidden hall. She's wavering, Prince Qingyu murmured, his sharp eyes skimming over the intelligence reports laid out before him. Beside him, Princess Li Yan crossed her arms gracefully, her voice cold as ice. If she decides to stay, that will not benefit us. Prince Qingyu chuckled darkly, the corner of his mouth curling up. Then we must ensure she never gets the chance to choose. He turned, snapping his fingers. Instantly, a shadowed figure emerged from the darkness, kneeling silently. Prepare the plan, Qingyu commanded, his voice low but deadly. We strike soon. Princess Li Yan's lips curved into a sly, cold smile. Heh, it's time we remove that girl once and for all. Inside Leyland's bedroom, midnight whispers. That night, Leyland tossed and turned on her hard wooden bed, eyes wide open. Prince Longyu's words echoed endlessly in her mind. I will protect you, no matter what you face. She sighed deeply, rolling over to stare at the ceiling. Why does my heart race every time I think of him? Suddenly, Windface. A faint sound rustled outside her window. Leyland's eyes snapped wide, her heartbeat quickening with unease. Am I just imagining things? But just beyond the shadows, hidden under the cover of night, a mysterious figure lurked, watching her every move, a sinister grin creeping across their face. Stay tuned for the next episode. Will Leyland choose to stay or go? Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode.